Hey guys, today we'll be talking about this character here, Mercurius. So, Mercurius is just a character I like from Valkyria Anatomia, and I'd like to talk about him a bit. So, Mercurius is a jester, and the thing about Mercurius was that Mercurius looked a lot like the king. He just happened to. The king was of whatever country he was in. He happened to be seriously ill, and there was a concern that when the king died, they would be invaded. So they wanted Mercurius, after the king's death, to look like to basically impersonate him, just pretend to be him, just so it would seem he would be still alive after his passing. So some high-ranking government official, I believe, like the counselor or something, the counselor was the one that found Mercurius and is presenting him to the king. So he does look remarkably like the king, however, he doesn't really quite sound like the king. But then Mercurius displays his talent. He was able to actually mimic the king's voice and sound pretty much exactly like him. So eventually Mercurius agrees, and he acts as the king, but every single day for him becomes very bland and boring. And that is because the only job he has to do now is to basically stamp documents and simply kind of agree. The one actually running the country and doing all the political stuff is the counselor or whoever. It's not Mercurius. So one day Mercurius I guess he takes some funds from the treasury and heads to a local bar, and ends up chatting up some of the locals, just talking with them. Not chatting up as in flirting. No, he's just drinking at the local pub or whatever. And after some point, it seems like I recall at this point is when that army from the kingdom or whatever is now going to invade the current kingdom Mercurius is in. But one of the things about the invasion is it was being led by a really well-known general. The general was well known for being very intelligent and very strong and very good at swordplay and everything. He was a very cunning, strategic general. So Mercurius heads back to the castle, and the counselor is a bit upset with Mercurius for stealing funds from the treasury, of course, but he doesn't really care anymore because of the invasion going on right now. And he tells Mercurius he can leave now, and he's fulfilled his duty quite valiantly for them and helped him out, and he really appreciates him, basically. And Mercurius decides, no, I'm not leaving. And Mercurius then proceeds to lead the army. And to that, you might be wondering, wait, but he's just a jester, right? He's just good at some voice, doing voice impressions, kind of like that one dude that at your school that was good at doing Homer Simpson or whatever other Simpsons impressions. Yeah, that's pretty much Mercurius in a nutshell. But he also kind of looked like the king. But the guy he's doing an impression of right now is actually the general, he's actually in the same mindset and everything as this well-renowned general now. So he's predicting every single tactic that he's using, and he's counteracting it by copying him. When he deploys his army, like Mercurius is doing the same. It's as if you're playing chess and the other guy is just copying every single one of your moves. But the thing about war in this case, I guess, is you're not taking turns. It's not as if like white is moving first and then black is copying. No, it's like the same moment white makes a move, black makes the exact same move at the exact same time. And it's very peculiar. And then, a while later, you know, the general is going to end the battle himself. He goes onto the battlefield himself, and that's where he meets Mercurius. But the strange thing is, I believe, when he declares his name to Mercurius, Mercurius is declaring the exact same name, you know? He's saying the same name as the general, and he's talking like the general at the same time. He's completely mimicking him. And Mercurius here is the one that fights the general here. And every single move that this general makes, Mercurius is just copying. And the resolution of their fight is basically that the general and the Mercurius are completely evenly matched. And eventually this culminates in Mercurius becoming an Einherjar. I think I pronounced it right that time. Thanks for that guy who left that comment on that last video. I appreciate you. But anyways, I just really like this story in particular. I found it very cool. I'll probably at some point leave the cutscenes or whatever for the Mercurius story and the pinned comment, I guess. So see you guys.